Hi guys, welcome to Midlife Crisis. You join us on the F900 XR, which we come to Rotherham BMW, and they've kindly let us borrow it, take it out for a little spin and see what we think. So this one's got a TFT dash on and everything. Teresa's on the back. She's going to give you her opinion in a little while. So let's find out what this is all about. Okay, this has got inline twin motor. It's a 900cc. It's part of the XR range, so it derives from the S1000 XR. The S1000 XR being obviously the 1000cc 4-cylinder, and they brought this 900 out. I must admit, it feels to sit on it. First seat, everybody complained again, as usual, that all the seats rock hard, and I will be honest with you, it's firm, just like the S1000 XR felt firm to start with, but it also feels like it's sculpturing me, and that is a nice feeling. Okay, right, this is again, we're going for a real world review. We're not going for all out, blasting out. It's got full LED lighting. Now the one thing I've noticed on YouTube that I've seen, everybody takes one of these out, they're out on their own. They're not got the pillion on. So Teresa's come out with me today, and we're going to give you what we think is a better review with the pillion. The engine sounds lovely. They've got something to do with the crank, but they made it sound more like a V-twin than just a single twin. Yeah, they made it sound like a V-twin and not an inline twin, which is usually a bit quieter. I love this TFT dash, I must admit I do love it. The thing is, and I will be honest with you all, we've got ourselves in a position where I've been replaced, as you all know, and I'm beginning to think the sports bike might be a little bit too much. So we're now going to start looking around at some other types of bikes. You know what, you know, one day I'll learn to set my mirrors. Right, remember we're 2 volt, and I have to say, for steady, normal steady riding, remember what we said, we're real world speed limits taken into consideration. We're not interested in track days and things like that, although apparently there is now a I think we picked the wrong day for this. I really do. On the British Superbikes there is a F900 I think it is, Cup, which 44 Teeth is riding in, and they are, well, I find it quite interesting racing. They're not really doing a lot to the bikes. What they're doing is they're putting a few race trickery on them, but they're still saying that it's 105 horsepower. So if that is the case, then the racing is quite good. That's obviously not this XR version, that's the one without the fairing. This one's got a bigger tank than the one without the fairing has, and this is running 105 brake horsepower, which I don't think you can complain about. Alright, coming off a sports bike, it might be a little bit down on power, but I was also a little bit concerned about it being a V-twin as well, but well, as you can see, even 2 up, it's got plenty of oomph. Like I said, I think we picked wrong time. Oh, here we go. It needs fuel. So, that's a bit annoying. I suppose really what we ought to do is just go down to that garage at the bottom. What's it like to flick around? Well, yeah, it's lovely. Even 2 up. No issue with that at all. Brakes are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal on it. Really, really good. Very, very impressed. If I'm honest. So what we're going to do is you'll join us when we've filled up. Right, I've heard people say on the internet it's really hard to get neutral. That fell in. Right, reset the mirrors. Typical BMW mirrors, same as what I've seen on everything else that we've ever been on. Okay. Right, let's see if the indicator's self-cancelling. No, it don't look like it. Okay, right, try again. Now we've got some fuel, some go-go juice. So here we go. Right, this has got a quick shifter on it, which typical BMW, absolutely spot on. We've got make sure I can see, which I can. Right, get comfortable and chill out. So first thing to do is try and relax. So yeah, TFT screen, quick shifter. This has got cruise control, heated grips. These are all optional packs that you can put on. Standard bike doesn't come with it. Keyless entry again, all in the options. The basic bike I believe is about 10.3. After that you've got all your option packs. I have looked into these packs. I think 2 up, maybe. Yeah, with the clutch going gearbox at the moment. That's something I get used to. I've got no problems with the BMWs. And their gearboxes. So let's go down it. That's not an issue at all. Clutch is very, very light. Brakes are excellent considering we're 2 up. Brakes are superb. Back brakes not bad at all. Again, a lot of people taking brand new ones out and had a bit of something to say about the back brakes. This one's obviously been running a bit more and it's absolutely fine. Quite surprised when I came to ride this. The red isn't a colour anymore. The metallic blue's taken over from it, which is a shame, but this is actually obviously it's in the red. So let's go down here and see where we end up. Yeah, the red is for me, I think, is the nicer colour. I think it's stunning, absolutely stunning. I love the TFT dashes. Anybody that's not seen the BMW TFT dash or ridden a bike with it on, you do need to have a look at it. It's pretty awesome. So again, right, gonna pop around, you know, can do some 30-mile-an-hour limits, see how its fueling is and see what it's like, and see how smooth the throttle is. Again, the throttle's the fueling is beautiful. So I'm asking it to pull in fourth now, 2 up the hill, about quarter throttle, just not making it scream too much or try too hard. Don't seem to have a problem with that at all. Like I say, this ain't no GS, it ain't no 1250, and we know that. And I said that I can't really compare it to that, having never ridden a GS. To be honest with you, the GS I would find a problem manoeuvring it about from where I have to keep my bike. I think that would be an issue. Anyway, look guys, I'm in 6th gear, I'm doing 2,500–3,000 revs, and she's purring, absolutely purring. So again, top gear roll on, no problem. No problem at all. 2 up, don't forget we are 2 up. We're not doing this as solo, we are 2 up. So as far as I can see, power wise, it's completely adequate. Absolutely adequate. There's plenty in there. I mean, I've seen top speed runs where it's doing about 130, 135, something like that. You know, so it's capable. I wouldn't say it's got what you call world power, but what I would say is, what I reckon it has got, at least I would go along with, it's got enough for the road. More than enough. Now, again, we're going back to what people said about the seat. They've said that it's extremely hard, and I've got to admit, again, look, if you're going to want to overtake somebody quickly, you're going to want to knock it down a couple of gears. But for this, for the ride and the review I'm doing at the minute, I'm just seeing how it feels for me to ride. I don't like to have bikes up in the top end thrashing. I like to have them plodding along quite happily. The engine's very characteristic. I do like it. I do like the engine. It's very characterful, and I'm a bit and again, look, we just the fueling, you know, just to potter along in 30 mile an hour is, I don't think they're going to stop then. You know, 4th gear, 30 mile an hour, she's rumbling along lovely. It's like little rumble guts. To do, I mean, I've heard people say great first bike, great commuter, great this, great that. I'm not denying any of that, but I look at my bike as a hobby, and if I've got to look at changing from a sports bike, 200 brake horsepower nigh on, and I want something just solely for the road, and you know, I'm not bothered about going on tracks or anything, I would probably have looked at the 1000, and the 1000 is more than capable, absolutely more than capable. See my review on it, I'll leave a link somewhere, and it's absolutely exceptional. It's a brilliant bike. If you just want something for the road, and you are going to stick to speed limits and be sensible and not try and lose your license, then you don't need the Thor. It's got too much power. However, if you want to go out with your mates and run sports bikes and things like that, this won't do you. 100% won't do you. But if you like to go out in the country lanes and just enjoy it and bimble along and have a bit of power when you need it and all that sort of thing, I don't think you're going to feel wrong with this. I really don't. Honestly, the fueling is lovely. You've got that V-twin engine braking, not as vicious as I've had before. Nowhere near as vicious as I've had before, if I'm honest. Do you know something? This is a lovely place to be. That paintwork's gorgeous. Right, we're back to BMW refinement again. Like I said, the only other BMW I've ridden is the S1000 XR. Very, very impressed with it. And again, like I say, have a look back at some of my other road tests. You'll see, you know, what we thought of it. We thought it was great. And the problem I've got is, if you haven't got 15, 16, well, in fact, it's not even that. We've just been looking at second-hand ones, and they're like still 15, 16,000 pound for a second-hand bike. If you haven't got 15, 16,000 pound to spend, and like I said, that's a second-hand bike, not a new one, so I'm assuming a new one now, by the time you spec it up, especially to the TE version, you're going to be looking at 17, must be 17,000 plus. So instead of having somebody else's cast off that you don't know what's happened to it, You know, you don't know if they've taken it on a track and ragged the absolute living daylights out of it, or they've been sort of guy that has the garage heated and really looked after it and loved it. Then you know, you just, well, you're taking a chance, aren't you? I mean, it's like, you know, a guy I know, he bought a GSX-R 1000 in 2008 and didn't realise he bought a demonstrator, or an ex-demonstrator. And to be 100% fair to him, the only reason I knew was because I'd actually taken it out. And not only had I taken it out, but I pretty much thrashed the living crap out of it as well, because it was a demonstrator. That's what you do, or what I did then, not so much now, the sort of things that it did then. And plenty of there. Like I said, you've got to remember we are too old and we're not the lightest of people, to be fair to the bike, and it still took off. And the reason it hit the limiter was my fault, not the bike's. Forgetting I'm riding a V-twin, not a 12,000 rev bike. But that wouldn't be a problem, not to me anyway. Looks like this one's got everything on. Looks like I've got the spares bin and used it, if I'm honest. Well, goes through traffic lovely. Just slid through there absolutely beautifully. No problem at all. Obviously one of the things we'll be asking Teresa is, can she see? Because if she can't, then that's no good at all. Yeah, quick shifter's fine. Absolutely fine, it's just slid in there. Like I said guys, this ain't the S1000XR and it's a long way from it. But if you haven't got 17 grand to spend and you've got 11 grand to spend and you'd like a new bike in your garage, hell yeah. Comfy, it is so comfortable on here. I have not think I've been on anything as well, let's put it this way, the S1000, in fairness to it, it was quite intimidating because it is a big bike, it's a massive unit, right? And because of that, I found it a bit intimidating. And so probably wasn't as relaxed as I am on this. But I would say the riding position is very similar. I wouldn't say they were miles apart. Feeling quite relaxing. And like I say, she's bimbling along lovely. Low down revs, not a problem. So this hasn't got the SOS button on it, but apparently that's been causing quite a few issues. The way it works is if your bike falls over or you have an accident, then you get a little voice come out the bike from somewhere and to ask if you're okay or if you need assistance. If you don't tell them, the next thing you know that the emergency services are called. So that's probably quite a good thing. We've got heated grips, and we've got 3-stage heated grips, which are apparently excellent. I don't need them today, so I haven't got them on. The mirrors, once you get them set up somewhat, they are pretty good. Like I say, they're the same as the S1000 XRs, and I will be honest with you, I think I struggled with that a little bit. I didn't realise how far forward you feel to the mirrors, but that's not a problem. What else can I tell you? Paintwork on it is absolutely gorgeous. I love this red. It's very easy to keep speed limits on. Extremely easy. The screen we've got on, which I haven't really messed about with, dead easy to adjust. Just lever on that side and that's it. It's up. Yeah, the quick shifter's fine, absolutely fine. Would I spec that? I don't think I would on this bike. You'll know from previous videos I'm not a big fan of the quick shifters, solely because I think it's a waste of money for me, because I enjoy the actual aesthetics of riding the bike, and I'm a bit more in the want of I'm quite happy to use the clutch and change gear, especially this clutch, because it's very, very light. That clutch is exceptionally light. The fueling, again, it's not snatchy in any way, it's nice and smooth. Yeah, as you roll it on, the power comes in. So whether they've done a similar thing to they've done to the S1000, I don't know. Where instead of just giving you all and nothing, it's very, very smooth. Yeah, quick shifter slicks in lovely. Quick one, I had a very nice comment on the GSXS 1000 GT, and a guy who test rode the bike thought it was fantastic, really enjoyed the bike and everything, whereas I had a problem with the quick shifter on it, and he nicely came back and left me a message. He'd actually bought one, and when he bought it he found out that the quick shifter was the same as what I said. So I can only assume it's not something across the board, and it must be on just certain, the way it's set up on certain models, and I'm sure you can adjust it. Well, that's something for Suzuki to sort out. Again, I'm in top gear and I'm going uphill. It's not complaining at all. It's not making any noises. It's quite happy. It's a very nice. Excuse me. Trying to add that on sandwich. It's a very nice, what I would call paddly bike. I'm quite happy. In fact, I'm smiling like mad sat here, and I'm in traffic, and it's not bothering me at all. And yet, you know, I've gone through town, I've gone through the middle of, you know, I've filtered, and it's done everything happily. The front suspension on this is not adjustable. There's no adjustment at all. The rear suspension has got a preload, so when you're taking a pillion and luggage and everything, you can preload it up. Not really looked at what setting it's on at the moment, but I would imagine it's probably just set for normal riding. So that's something, again, if you bought one, you'd look into. It's lovely to use the gearbox, absolutely lovely. Okay. Well, Teresa's giving me a thumbs up, so she's alright. So what else can I tell you about it? It's 105 brake horsepower, 90 something pound-feet of torque, which doesn't really interest me in any way, shape or form. I just care how the bike goes, not what the figures are that they put on. There's a few people who've ridden it and said that it's not very quick, but it's horses for courses. You come off a 100cc bike and jump on this, I'm sorry, but you're going to think this is amazing. On the other hand, you come off a GSX-R 1000, which we have, and you're going to sit there and think, well, where's all my power gone? But they're two completely different things. A GSX-R 1000 is, without question of a doubt, it's a track weapon, and to use it on the road is almost a shame. Listen, for normal riding, everyday riding, this bike's absolutely perfect. But like I said, I do know that the base model comes and you have to start specking up. Even these handlebar guards are extra, they're about 50-60 quid extra. Everything's just an add-on and an add-on and an add-on. This has got a sporty screen on it. The other one's more of a touring screen, it's a bit bigger. I suppose this was supposed to look a bit better. But in all honesty, I don't think it's making any difference whatever you do with it. 6 gear roll on again, round past him, no problem at all. Absolutely loving it. Brakes are amazing, absolutely amazing. It's an absolute giggle to ride. What is it they say? It's all shits and giggles till somebody giggles and shits. Neutral is a doddle to find. An absolute doddle. I can't begin to tell you how easy that is. Feels very light. The bike itself feels extremely light. And no issues with it at all. In fact, it's revving up quite quickly to what I thought it would. I thought it'd be a lot slower than this. Quick shifter, when you start getting on it, it's brilliant. Typical BMW. So am I enjoying this? I am absolutely loving it. Would I spend my money on one? I'd have to have a serious thing. and it's, to be honest with you, it's got plenty and plenty of power for the road. And like I said, everybody on YouTube, every single video I've watched on YouTube, they've gone out on it on their own, and nobody's taken a Pillion. Some have mentioned a Pillion, and nobody's taken one that I've seen. And that's why me and Teresa are going to do a Pillion review as well. So you stick around to this end of this video and you will see that. Indicators again, they don't feel like you've put them on. They've got to be that like a micro switch, which they do. Hello, sorry I'm on a motorbike. Handling wise, it's awesome. It's it flatters you. It flatters you. It's very easy to tip in, but that just reminds me of the 1000. That was the same. Yeah, that quick shift is awesome. Just not too low revs. I thought the bike looked quite small, but then again, it was, when I saw it in the showroom, it was sat next to a GSXR, sorry, what's it one? It was sat next to a 1250 GS. And I suppose that makes anything look small. Sitting on it doesn't feel small. Yeah, low down you don't want to be using the quick shifter. But that clutch is so light and so easy to use, why would you anyway? You've got cruise control on this, and it's just a flick over and a tab across. And again, I think that's something that I would play with at a later date if I owned it. So as far as a real world review goes, I do hope that you will appreciate that, and for our speed limits and for comfort and for everything else, I think it's amazing. But I don't think I've ever been in this way. Have you ever been in this way? Oh, I'll have to turn round. I'll have to turn round. We were just trying to get through, darling. Sorry? We normally go down the other one with the main road that goes straight through. Straight down and straight through. Thanks, sweetheart. Oh, bless her. She could have charged us then, but she didn't. How kind. But like I say, what we're going to do now is we're going to just have a gentle ride back, and we'll take it back. So there'll be a Pillion review at the end of this. For now, I'll say goodbye to you, and the Pillion review, and then we'll say goodbye from there. But thank you so much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe, please hit the bell. For a Team Pot Nobody, you know, we've got over 300 subscribers now, and you know, I like making the videos, and it's obviously any videos you want to really see are of the bikes, you know, the review ones, so I'm quite happy to do them. you know, the others we seem to do, they don't seem to go down very well. We don't get many views on them at all. So, you know, what we're going to do is probably do, you know, try and do a few more of these. So the question, this reminds me of the quick sum up now. This reminds me of how I felt, hang on, something tickling me. This reminds me of how I felt on the 650 V-Strom. Really comfortable, really enjoying it, and what this gives you, this 105 brake horsepower, I'm a bit, I mean, when I think, you know, I had GSXR 600s that had like, what, 100 and something brake, about 105 brake, something like that. You know, you're talking 150 mile an hour missiles, and they've got a 900 with the same sort of brake horsepower, more torque, and yet it's obviously down to the characteristics of it being a V-twin. So I must admit that I thought the engine might have a bit more in it, but then it's the Euro 5 emissions and everything, they're screwing everything down, so people have just got to do the best they can with what they've got. As a lovely bike to ride, 100%. It is absolutely lovely. It's sweet, it's nice fueling, it's very easy to ride, it's very flattering in the bends. Brakes are awesome, clutch is awesome, general riding ability is awesome, the way it feels is awesome. Maybe it's more for, you know, a non-Pillion, I don't know. If you've ridden this, then you let me know. But yeah, for the price, it's over 10 grand for a base model. You can have your arse on it, you don't have any of the bells and whistles on it. Probably stick another grand on it for all the nice bits. 11 and a half grand. I love the bike. Brand new, out the box. Take it out, run it in, enjoy it. This is what it's for, this sort of thing, just keeping yourself in the speed limit, so you're not sat there and, you know, if I be honest now, Jitsa now on here, I'll be struggling to keep it down. This just purring along absolutely beautifully. Like I say, it flatters you, it makes you probably feel like you're a better rider than a sports bike will make you feel. A sports bike will make you feel inadequate unless you're a really good rider and you can use it properly, which, let's be honest, if you're doing that on a road, then you're looking at a prison sentence. Because this, it absolutely flatters you. I love it. Well done, BMW, another really good bike. Well done. Okay, so a quick look ride. So coming in, Teresa, what did you think to it?
It's comfy.
Yeah.
Nice bike.
No, you can't see though, can you? What did that do to you?
Not only can you not see, you just all you're watching is edge of the road going, makes you feel sick.
Oh dear, that's not good then.
Even just poking your head round, you've got to take my head off and.
Comfy seat though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what we're saying is, you know, if you don't mind your Pillion not seeing, then it's a really good bike.
Because you've got a small seat as well.
There's no way
It don't look very small, I know, but when you sat on it, if you want to look, say you're looking left, like that, and you want to look right, you've got to do that.
Yeah, otherwise you bang my helmet, don't you?
Yeah.
What about the pegs? Lovely.
My legs are fine.
Thing is, you can actually get a booster seat for them. Okay, on that note then, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, everyone. See you later. See you in the future. Bye bye.